am Afolayan Ayomide, a proud ambassador of Mountain Top University and a final year student. And this is my story. A story of living with a condition that tested every part of me, but yet never broke me.
My name is Afolayan Ayomide. I'm a mother of 4, which Ayomide happens to be my first son. The journey of Ayomide's nephrotic syndrome sickness started when he was 4, and we have been on it for the past 14 years now. I only noticed when I give him food, he doesn't eat food, much of the food I give to him. Teachers started complaining to me that Ayomide doesn't feed well. I said, no, I do feed him at home, but he only takes small out of what I give to him. So I discovered his face was swollen. His scrotum was swollen too, was very big. So I was so scared. I don't even know who to call. I don't know who to talk to. So I was very scared. I was like, okay, what are we going to do to this? We were advised to take him to the general hospital, of which I took him to Badagry Hospital, General Hospital. When we got there, we were asked to do some tests, of which I did. So the doctor called that the result is out. That it should be based on low salts. They gave me fusimab and some other drugs. That I should come back in a week's time, of which I did. I gave him the drug when I got home. Ayo was not responding well. We have to take him back to a nearby private hospital. So the doctor started, but they didn't tell me what actually happens to him. They based him on drugs, and he was taking the drug, and within 3-4 days, the swelling went down. So after 3 months, that same swelling occurred again. We took him to so many places for me to get solution. There was no solution. I now took him back to that private hospital and took him the second time. So the doctor now said, we are going to refer you to Lagos State Teaching Hospital. That's last Ikeja. And I said, okay, no problem. We were referred there on a Monday morning. When we got to the hospital, we asked to do a series of tests. And the consultant now called to tell me that my son is a nephrotic syndrome patient.
I just noticed that I woke up all of a sudden with a swollen face, swollen abdomen, and even swollen feet, generalized body swelling. I didn't know what that was at my very young age. I didn't understand. I just knew that I was just a normal child. But all of a sudden, I became a monster of myself. I was being carried from one hospital to the other. I was given different types of concussions at the beginning, thinking it was something that just came and would just go just as it came.
I was asking the doctor, I said, what is nephrotic syndrome? I don't know what nephrotic syndrome is. I said, okay, let me explain to you. And I explained that my son's kidney is leaking out protein, and there is no solution than for them to be managing it. I was like, how are they going to manage it? Is there no remedy for it at all? He said, there's no remedy for it. Now, madam, let me tell you the truth. It will be based on drugs, and you make sure you are giving him that drug every day. And I said, God, take care of my son for me.
The hospital became like a second home. Blood tests, urine tests, injections, medications. That became my routine. Sometimes I would get better, other times everything would crash again. There were moments my body would swell so much I couldn't even wear my shoe. My eyes would puff up in the morning, and I would just cry silently, asking God, why me?
As my business collapsed, I couldn't continue, but the doctor advised that we should do biopsy to know the type of nephrotic he has.
I've been living with drugs every single day of my life, from diuretics to steroids to antihypertensives and to immunosuppressants, most especially, which I started taking after the kidney biopsy, each with its own side effects. There were days I wanted to give up, considering the cost of treatments, the drugs' side effects, and even the pain I go through. It was extremely too much. During relapses, There were times I would not be able to breathe properly due to the accumulation of fluid in my body. It all felt like starting again. I felt weak, I was scared. Sometimes I would even miss school, classes. This illness didn't just affect me, it affected my confidence, my emotions, my family. I still live with nephrotic syndrome. I've had multiple relapses, sometimes triggered by stress, infection, or even without any reason at all. My body swells again, my urine drops, my blood pressure spikes, and the whole process begins again. I've realized that maybe this journey isn't just about me. Maybe it's about purpose. I've met other people like me, people who are scared, confused, and tired about this condition. That's why I started dreaming about the Nephrocare Foundation to help others going through what I face every day. Because no one should have to fight this condition alone. I still have bad days when my body feels heavy and I just want to lie down and cry. But I've learned that healing isn't always about the absence of sickness. Sometimes it's the strength to keep living despite it. To anyone watching this and going through something similar, don't give up. You're stronger than you think. And no matter how hard it gets, there's still life and there's still hope. Nephrotic syndrome changed my life, but it didn't just take it away. Thank you.